As I've happily tried to watch all this anime and record these preview guides for your pleasure, I often wonder myself, just why do I bother watching all these anime each season? Part of it is because I want to know what's good myself, part of it is because I like to share with you guys what I like. None of my tastes have got anything to go by, given what anime seems to be popular these days. I mean, why else am I making so many bloody isekai shows? Someone's got to like them. So how's about a preview guide with no isekai shows? How's that sound to you? So join me, because this is a 2022 Summer Anime Preview, from a different perspective. First up today, we have When Will Ayumu Make His Move? An anime about a pair of high school kids who are clearly in love with each other, but refuse to admit it. But love is war, this is not. This is an anime about a cute young girl and her kohai, Ayumu, and their adventures together in the shogi club, or the illegitimate shogi club. They don't actually have a club, not enough members, not popular enough. It's very clear from the outset that Ayumu has feelings for Urashi, the female lead. And it's also very clear that Urashi has feelings for Ayumu. Urashi wants Ayumu to make the first move, whereas Ayumu has said to himself he's not going to confess his love until he beats Urashi in a game of shogi. But of course, Urashi, being very good at shogi and being better than him at it, always wants to win. There's no way he's going to show weakness and lose to him. He might not like that. And so we have a ever-spinning battle of guy wants to beat girl in shogi, guy won't confess until he does, girl wonders if boy will lose attraction if she's weak, and so portrays herself as strong. Now, When Will Ayumu Make His Move is an anime by the creator of Teasing Master Takagi-san, and you really can tell it just from the visuals. The character design is very similar. Yamamoto-sensei really loves the petite, big four-headed girls. I mean, it was the same about Ninja Anime from last season, another one of his works. And there's always a bit of playful innocence in the anime, which is based on his works. This one too has got a bit of playful teasing about it, but it's nowhere near the same level as Teasing Master. This is going to be one giant cock tease of a series. You got two characters who are clearly meant for each other, which are never going to get on together since that'd be the end of the story. There's going to be a bunch of other characters around who, there's probably going to be one which likes him, one which likes her, a bunch of friends who like each other but don't admit it. There's going to be lots of usual tropes in this one, but I'll be honest, I think this one may be decent. It's of the three shows by Yamamoto which I've seen, this one, Teasing Master, and the Ninja one I can't remember the name of, this one feels the best of the three. And I know a lot of people are big fans of Takagi-san. I mean, we're going out, they've got 3 series in a movie now. But to me, this one is a more normal series. It's going to fall into the same trap of being the same jokes over and over again, but sometimes those jokes are fine. And I think the random shogi jokes that are going around, it's going to add a bit of entertainment. It's just not going to be just teasing, it's going to be chess-related punnery. If you do want to watch this one, you can find it airing over at High Dive. I went into watching Prima Doll with no forward knowledge of exactly what it's going to be about. Now, I know it's based around some girls, colour-coded for your convenience, in a cafe, but that's about all I knew. I mean, I didn't know these are going to be former combat mechanical dolls, although surely the name Prima Doll gives the doll bit away. I didn't know they were going to be automata, or that they would be this cute. Well, again, I could have probably told that from the pictures, but again, I don't really look into these things before I start watching the anime anyway. One thing which I didn't know going into it, which I do know now, and having watched the episode it really does come forward, is the creative team behind Prima Doll. You see, Prima Doll is an anime created and written by the staff at Key, and you can really tell, especially looking at it now having watched the episode. All the big tropes are there, characters with distinct styles and personalities, but all with very strong moe points. I mean, Hosaka, our main character, she's your standard pink-haired female lead in this type of show. She reminds me a lot of Yuzu from Konohana Kitan. That whole innocent sweetness appeal about her, willing to help anyone and doesn't want to see anybody sad. And if the first episode is anything to go by, this is going to be an anime tinged with a lot of sadness about it. This is going to be one which really tugs at your heartstrings, but again, we've probably come to expect that off Key these days. If you go into a Key anime expecting it to be just happiness and rainbows with no sadness, when you've clearly never watched a Key anime before. The other girls, we haven't really met them properly yet. We know there's the one which doesn't speak, the one with the cool hair, the cute small one who pours tea perfectly, and the other one which I can't actually remember. We know these are all ex-military dolls, being effectively decommissioned from military. Still got some power it seems, especially Hosaka. But a doll which has fulfilled its purpose and can't go anywhere is a doll which is useless. The first episode is about Yuguri and Chio. Yuguri being a doll who befriended Chio in time of service. Yuguri has since effectively become broken, damaged. Her experiences have made her worse for wear. Chio, of course, tried to find the doll who she spent so much time and loved, and Yuguri not remembering her because bullshit. Prima Doll is going to be an anime which will balance out the cuteness and the sweetness, the sadness and the pain. And whilst I'm not a huge fan of feeling pain, depending on who is, I am a huge fan of shows which do this to you. This is going to be one of my big recommendations of the season. This one has legs. This one will walk. It's cute. It's got depth from what I've seen so far, and you can also find it airing over at High Dive. Next up, we've got yet another season 2 of a really good show from a few seasons back. We've got season 2 of Shadow's House, an anime about shadows and their human counterparts. Our main character, Emilico, who is the body for Kate, is bright, sunshine and everything happy. Kate is a very much misunderstood person. She's aware of what's going on. She wants to get to the bottom of the mysteries of the Shadow's House, but she's part of it herself as well. It causes no manner of problems. You see, what we learned in season 1 of Shadow's House is the shadows are controlling the humans and they're losing full power over each other. And we launched straight into season 2 where season 1 ended. The main characters have all come of age. Sadly, we've lost one of the girls there. I'm sure she'll come back at some point in this series. We're not just going to throw that character out, are they? And they're now learning what it becomes to become an adult in the Shadows family. But there's a big focus in this first episode about one of the other characters we met in the first season, who she had a big impression. She didn't have a big role in it, and that is one of the other shadows, Barbara, and her persona, Barbie. Now, Barbara's always been very much outspoken, very authoritarian, very rough and wild and angry of everything. We learn in this episode why that is, why she has so much authority despite being a human servant. And that's because of the special power that they have. Barbara expels so much soot, which is used to power their household, but sometimes she can't control it and Barbie literally has to take over, which is weird because normally the shadows are the four, but in this case Barbie has been given rights to do and give out commands to the shadows, which is unthinkable. Emilico and Kate are still trying to establish who knows what and who's trustworthy still. Lou, for example, is very much under their thumb, very much still brainwashed. It's going to be about Emilico and Kate exploring more of a storyline of Shadow's house, of a Shadow's family, and I'll be honest, I actually don't know where this one's going, but that excites me as well. Because the first season was full of mystery and intrigue, but it was really, really entertaining. Emilico and Kate are fantastic twin leads. They play off each other fantastically well. Kate's super shy about expressing herself, but Emilico portrays herself fantastically well. I mean, Emilico is supposed to be Kate's face, and I can imagine Kate really wanting to be like Emilico, and Emilico wanting to be like Kate, and it's like the antithesis of each other. Fantastic dynamic going on amongst them. Now, Shadow's House is only one to watch if you've seen season 1. And if you haven't seen season 1, then you've probably got spoiled a lot in this preview, but go back and watch it. It's well worth a watch, and season 2 is as well. If you want to watch Shadow's House season 2, you can find it airing over at Crunchyroll. And finally today, we have a rarity in the world of anime, an anime based on quite an old title, which is not a remake. Welcome to Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, an anime with a wild title so weird that I had to just watch it to find out what the hell was going on. Now, Biscuit Hammer is an anime about a guy called Yuhi, who encounters a strange being, encounters a talking lizard, who claims to be a knight from another world, trying to save the world from aliens. But of course Yuhi doesn't want anything to do with a talking lizard, so just picks him up chucks me out the window. Now that's the first one she got me on board with Biscuit Hammer, the timing and comedy of it all. Because no longer when his phone lizard out the window, it turns around, walks back in, and the lizard's there waiting for him. It's very much a timing-based comedy anime. There's a lot of silly moments in it, which work because the way it's animated and the way it's written. I mean, I'll say first of all, Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer is actually a manga from 2005. We're talking about a 17-year-old title hit. Why is it only getting animated now? I have no idea. Were there legal loopholes? Was there a campaign for it? Are they just trying to advertise the books? Probably all of the above, to be honest. But all we need to know is it's here, it's now, it's airing, and to be honest, it intrigues me. This is a plot you've probably seen a million times. Boy becomes powerful. He gets himself a new power as it's tasked with saving the world and protecting the princess. Except this boy is given a power, but his power's kind of weak. All he can really do at the moment is run away. He is tasked with saving the world from the Biscuit Hammer, which is a ginormous hammer in space, ready to squash the Earth flat. And the princess isn't so much helpless as she is incorrigible. You see, the princess just ends up being his neighbour girl, Samadare Asahina. In fact, the Japanese title of the anime is Hoshino Samadare, clearly named after her, whereas the English name is Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, which I get the hammer part, I don't really understand the rest of it. We're also introduced to one other character in this episode, Hisami, a teacher at Yuhi's college, because Yuhi is actually a college student, not a high school student. Another thing distancing it from other anime of the same genre. And Hisame just ends up being Samadare's sister. Of course, when she sees her delightful students hanging around with her little kid sister, of course Hisame's going to get mad. Now, Biscuit Hammer is an anime which really shows its age. The character designs aren't new. I mean, they're refreshing, don't get me wrong, Samidare herself has got a fantastic design. This is a design of its time. It's a design from the mid-noughties. But it is a breath of fresh air and something different compared to what I've been seeing from other anime as well. Now, Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer is an anime which I did enjoy a lot. It's not an anime I'm convinced I'll finish. It's an anime I do want to watch more of. If you are interested in watching this one, you can find it airing over at Crunchyroll. And so that was When Will Ayumu Make His Move, Prima Doll, Shadow's House Season 2, and Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. 4 new shows which I did quite like actually, but what did you think of them? Let me know in the comments, and join me next time for more anime previews. And join me on Twitch for more Ring Fit Adventure. So until next time, bye bye.